Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
That's the answer to the question I just asked.
Yes! Sorry, I was practicing my performance lines.
Oh my goodness.
How many ways can you say yes? Performance, right?
Yes.
See, you said it. Good job.
Yes.
Try it again another way.
Yes.
And?
No.
Gitomer certified advisor Mitch Taylor.
And certified personality trainer Vickie Musni.
Thank you for joining us for Creating Connections podcast episode number 49. It's the final of our 3-part series that we did on sales, marketing, and performance.
I love that we did this, and I'm glad we had the foresight for a change to realize it was enough for 3 separate episodes, and we weren't trying to cram it all into one.
Yeah.
But for those that may have missed an episode, basically the premise for this conversation has been that so often we try to separate the different facets of our business, and yet as much as that's good for some things, they really are interconnected. And the whole idea that marketing and sales and performance truly are connected. And the quote that triggered it, do you want to talk about where that came from?
Sure. Sell when you perform and perform when you sell, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's from George Lopez, J&M Events out of Valencia, California. And I didn't hear about this at first from George. I heard about it first from Matt Grauman, of all people, from Disc Jockey America. And then Matt attributed it to George, which, again, I'm always a big believer in giving credit where credit is due. And since then, I've had the pleasure of meeting George, having conversations with George about sales, about business, about life. And he's a great guy. I don't chat with him as often as I'd like. He's extremely busy running a very successful company in Valencia, California.
Cool.
But he's also speaking at Mobile Beat Las Vegas. So if you're joining us at Mobile Beat Las Vegas, be there on Thursday. George is going to have some amazing content about following up. And Jeffrey Gitomer actually just put a webinar out called Follow. It's not follow up, it's follow through.
I like that.
It's a great twist.
And that's our next 2 episodes, though. Let's stay focused on performance. We'll do a whole Mobile Beat, what's coming up at the show episode, and that quote, because that's what needs to come next. But performance, and I think it's obvious for those of us that work in the entertainment world. Mm-hmm. But the idea that we're selling when we perform and performing when we sell, it holds true in every industry. And I think about how many times I've been in a retail store, in a restaurant, or whatever, and I'm overhearing the staff in their so-called private conversations, and they're not always things that make me want to come back.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just think that idea that we're always on, you never know who's watching. I mean, yeah, when you're, MC for an event and you've got the mic in your hand, of course, in that moment, you're aware that everyone's watching you, and that's when you think about your performance.
Yeah.
But what happens when you put that mic down? You're still on. People are still watching you. They're still hearing your conversations. They're watching you before and after the event, too, and how you interact with people. And same as when I'm checking out at a store.
Did I ever share the story of Adam with you?
I don't think so. Do tell.
So I was training a DJ in Metro Detroit. His name is Adam. God rest his soul, he's passed. But back then we were watching video footage of us performing at events and seeing what we thought. Not on a very regular basis, but occasionally. And so we got video footage of Adam, and the party is not necessarily the greatest party, okay? That he's at. So he's standing behind the DJ booth, and he does one of these.
You did.
Yeah.
You told me that. Yeah.
And so again, the point is, again, like you said, you're always on stage. Just because you turn that microphone off doesn't mean that someone's
Yep.
eyes camera isn't off. They're on, and someone's always going to see you. And even today, I went to the pharmacy to pick up some medicine, and the lady behind the counter was just oblivious to the fact that I was there for 5 minutes. I sat there 5 minutes until someone.
That's hard to believe that you were that patient. Sorry.
Wow.
You're right. I would have expected you to have made a scene or called a manager or something by that point. But it's true. Yeah, and that happens. I was thinking about when I picked up the rental car in Tampa a few weeks ago.
Yep.
And it wasn't very busy, and there were two counters that were kind of separate but clearly near each other. And so the gentleman kind of motioned to me to come over, and then there were three other employees kind of hovered at the other end of this counter. And one of them has the brilliant idea to play a video for the other two. And apparently it wasn't labeled not safe for work. And within the first 5 seconds, there were several F-bombs dropped, and it took them, and the manager, who was the gentleman I was speaking to, just got so embarrassed and said, would you excuse me? And went over there and chastised them, sent them to a back room. And really by that point, though, there was no way to fix it. It had already happened. It wasn't appropriate. And then it put him in the doubly awkward position of having to do something about it in front of me, which was fine. But it's like, people just need to think, no matter what your role is, somebody's watching you.
Yeah.
And you're always representing your business. And maybe it's different in those examples because that's not their company. But I would think if you're going to spend that percentage of your waking hours of your life at your job, show a little pride in it. Even if you don't own the company, take some pride in what you do. And I don't know, maybe I'm old fashioned, maybe I'm just old, but I have higher standards for stuff like that.
No, I get that, and I do too, and I really feel
I know you do.
that it's so important to understand that you are always on stage. And we talked about that, ironically, with the Book More Brides presentation that I just gave as well. And
Yes.
that was, to me, paramount, that you are always on stage. I don't care where you go. You get in your car and you get out of the car and you walk into a coffee shop, you should have business cards on you. You should have, as Vickie has made a connection with a book on a plane before, and you got to realize that you're always.
Last night I had 2 out of the 3 books with me, and I needed the other one, and I was so mad at myself because I make it a point to always carry one of the books with me when I travel. But I do have a really great picture of a girl I met named Sarah who has fabulous pants on. I met her on the plane, and she let me take a picture of her and her cute, cute pants. And she gave me permission to use her in a personality workshop.
Oh my gosh.
She was a total yellow, and her husband was like super red. We're sitting there talking at baggage claim, and she's showing me pictures of her kids and everything. And she actually sent her husband to go get my bag for me when it came up.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious. Okay, sorry.
No, it's totally cool.
You're always performing, and it's part of who I am as a personality trainer. I am always watching people, and there are opportunities for that to come up in conversation. And you never know who you're going to connect with, who's watching you, what could come out of it.
What book did you not have? Yours?
No, the new one, the one that we wrote together.
Oh, Creating Connections?
Yeah,
because how did you not have a copy of that one?
Because I had the majority of the copies with me, so when we left the conference in Minneapolis, I gave all of them to you. I put them all in your laptop bag, everything that was left, and because I have more at home, but I didn't have one for the plane. So, yeah, I have a case of them here. I'm good. Anyways, performance. Yes, it's all tied in because you like I said, you never know the sales, the marketing.
Well,
it's all part of who you are.
The other thing on performance is that when you are performing, you are connecting. And when you're selling, you're connecting. Connecting is the bridge between selling and performing. And that to me is it's the adhesive, it's the glue, it's what connects those two. Connects the wrong word, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's what
Well,
brings those two together.
and I know not everybody that watches this is in the DJ industry, but a lot of our audience is. So let's
Yeah.
just keep it there for right now. When we're performing, when we're on stage, you know, if you will, doing an introduction or creating a moment, introducing a dance, a toast, whatever, that is our marketing. Every time we're there, we're in a room full of people that are only one step removed from our next client.
Yeah.
You know, if they're not any, if there's not engaged people in the audience or in the wedding party, somebody's friend, cousin, sister, mother, you know, but they're hanging out with the people that we enjoy working with. And so people that talk about, well, how do I create good marketing pieces? Well, you have to have a good performance.
Well,
And then, well, how do I sell that? Well, you've got to, you know, also have those connections and have good video and photos showing that performance. The word of mouth is one thing, but you actually have to have a performance that is documented well, that showcases who you are. So that's why I love this concept that they truly are all connected, because there's layers to everything. It's not.
And as DJs, we are, you're right, a performance is our calling card. You know, Randy Bartlett has said it for years in regards to you should be booking at least one event from every event that you perform. If you're not getting at least one, then your performance skills need improvement. And the other reality is that photographers, videographers don't have that luxury. Unless you are editing an on site video love story for a client and able to showcase it at their event.
What we call a same day edit.
Yeah, same day edit.
Most of the majority of our clients don't do them. I love it when they do, but the majority of our clients don't.
Right. But the reality is, at that point, people are not seeing your work. They're only seeing your customer service skills and how courteous you are and things like that. From that standpoint, how unobtrusive you are, they may notice those things. But beyond that, you don't have the luxury of having that performance as your calling card. Whereas entertainers, you know, cake, most people will have a slice of cake, so they'll be able to try it and
or they'll
it
at
on
least
their own.
see it and they'll see how pretty it is.
Yeah. But, you know, we have that luxury, and you need to, you know, use that to your advantage. Most wedding professionals don't always have that luxury of being able to showcase their work in front of an audience ahead of time or during.
Or they're behind the scenes enough that maybe their work is there and they're not.
Right.
And there's a disconnect between who created that beautiful cake, who designed those amazing centerpieces, who set up the decor, and they don't have a person to connect it to.
Yeah.
So from the entertainment side, you know, you've got all of those pieces there.
Yeah.
So you also have to make sure you're doing the performance training that you need to be delivering to the best of your abilities every time.
It's a major advantage. And so it's important that you study up and take some performance-based training. If you haven't taken any performance-based training, I would strongly encourage you to do so. Two of my biggest mentors offer performance-based training. Mark Farrell, markfarrell.com, and you can get more information about Mark and Rebecca Farrell and the Marbecca method. I've taken, double-digit workshops from Mark and Rebecca, I believe, over the years, and to improve my skills as a master of ceremonies. And finally, Bill Herman of BillCreates.com.
And that's not a finally. That was just the two that you decided to mention today.
True. That's absolutely true. Yes, it's not a finally. There are many other performance workshops that you can take, but Bill's, I would absolutely recommend taking the entertainment experience. And you're going to be presenting with Bill upcoming here at Midwest DJs Live.
Yes, very soon, April.
Just announced. That lineup is going to be ridiculous.
I know. To be on the same, you did. I was going to ignore it and just let it go on, but thanks for emphasizing that interesting word choice. But yeah, for me, and some of the local guys there, I don't know all of them. Some of them I know have presented at that show before. It's my first time going to that show, but to be on the same bill as Bill Herman and Jim Cerrone, I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, Scott Siles is going to be amazing. You got Mike from Chicago with the social media stuff he's going to present on, and then Jeffrey Sandler as well on nonprofits. So it's going to be a good lineup.
Cool.
And looking forward to
they've got some really unique niche topics that I'm excited about.
Yeah. Should be a great event, and we look forward to seeing you upcoming. Our next stop on the sales of solutions slash creating connections slash personalities for business slash we need alcohol tour. No, I'm kidding. Is
That
Mobile
won't be
Beat
a
Las
problem in Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah, Mobile Beat Las Vegas. You can join us there. If you want more information about our workshops, you can go to mitchtaylor.net or you can go to vickiemusni.com and get you more information on the workshops that are available for you. My workshop is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday,
Sunday the
March 13th.
13th. Yep.
Vickie's is Monday morning, March 14th, right before we open. I think you're going about 8:30 to 11:30, right?
8:30 to 11:30, yeah, right before the actual formal part of the show starts.
Awesome.
Yeah. Can't wait.
We look forward to seeing you there. If you have questions, feel free to hit us up. Creating Connections. Be sure to get the new book, 31 Days to Building Stronger and Deeper Relationships. Take our hashtag 31-day challenge, and you can find out more information at creatingconnections.biz or look for Creating Connections on Facebook.
All right. We'll see you next time.
I'm Gitomer Certified Advisor Mitch Taylor. See ya.
Bye.